Hello there, Libra. My name's Frankie. I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient, medium, and an empath. This reading's for Libra for March of 2019. I almost said 18. Can't remember what year it is. We're already 3 months into the year. It's going pretty fast so far. I hope it doesn't slow down too much here and we all keep moving forward. Well, for those of you that are new, I pull 4 cards for the month. We'll use the bottom card on the deck for our overall view of the month and pull Angel card at the end of the reading to hopefully bring everything together for us. Now, I'm an empath, so I have a speech pattern. I speak as if I'm you during this reading, so I guess all of us Libras are now named Frankie for the time of the reading. Look at your moon sign and rising sign. Get a more comprehensive view of the month. And I don't believe the cards will go week by week. I think they'll blend in and out throughout the month like an overall theme. Now, I have a message for us, and it's that we are to keep our ethics, and I think they mean work ethics, but it's good to keep our ethics intact all the time. But for some reason, this month, people are watching us, and it will reflect on our reputation and our image. So the other part of that is if there's a bunch of, aggressive loudmouths, stay out of the line of fire. Stay out. We got a really good month coming here, and we don't want, I think it may be one of those politically correct kind of months. I really kind of think this may have something to do with work for most of us Libras, the way these cards are laying here. We have good words. There's spontaneity, kindness, humor. We may need that if somebody's aggressive and a big mouth. Creativity and abundance. I like abundance but how we're going to have to go about it might be a little bit difficult because our first card here on the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Swords. And when this shows up, it's a statement that caution like a caution statement in all of our dealings is called for. It suggests like a roundabout action or indirect communication. It means nothing is quite like it seems to be. I don't like that. I don't appreciate this card. And we have to use kind of our wit to achieve our aims this month. And it's a good thing we have a good wit here. It says humor and spontaneity and creativity because we might be doing this on the fly, Libra. I don't know. It's a warning to avoid overconfidence, though, in all situations. Even if we appear as if we are in the top spot right now, if we lack of proper, how do I want to say this, prudence, proper prudence could still do us in. Maybe that's why we got the stay away from the loudmouth people type of message, because sometimes people will get, and there's a card here actually that supports that portion of the message. And I think we're going to have to, people are watching us for our reactions or how we act actually, and that's going to reflect on our reputation. And we Libras like that to be as clean as possible. This just means we have an upper hand on a tricky situation, but we still need to exercise caution in handling all of our affairs. It's a time when we can begin new attempts to overcome previous failures, but we can't go at it like the bull in the china shop type deal. And we don't like it. We like, if we have something to say, we do it very directly. It's discretion, discrimination, and diplomacy are required. I'm like, God, I'm glad we're Libra and not some other sign here. We can actually be very diplomatic here, but evasive tactics. are almost are required to evasive tactics. That means think on our feet, right? Well, we're air signs, and we have a card that supports the fact that we can think on our feet because we're in our own reading here. It may we might not like this kind of approach. You know, it's kind of like going in the back door to always be able to walk into the front door. You know, from that point on, we may not like that, but it's the way it is going to be. And with the crazy message we got, I think it's probably going to be that way, period. We might not like it, but it's more likely for us to be able to achieve success. And and it also is a card of we might get really good advice during this time. You know, maybe a coworker or something will or a friend, or you know, our spouse or partner will help us. They also call this the card of the thief. So I want to bring that up for those of us that it means that this guy is that spontaneity. He ran supposedly into the village in broad daylight, stole these 5 swords right in front of everybody's face, and left 2 in there, and everybody knows it. So he's kind of like the elephant in the middle of the living room type deal here, you know? So to me, that would mean maybe there's someone or something undermining us. And because we have that word, the word creativity in here also, and I want to say, you know, because it is in here, and keeping our creativity and keeping our sense of humor along with this, I think we're going to know what it is we're supposed to do about the situation, whether we let it go or whether or not we decide that we're going to confront it in some manner or form. Whoops, I'm knocking my little angel card off here. Because here, next card here is, that's why I'm thinking it's around work, because our next card is the Hierophant. And that is a card of tradition. Any organization that we're involved in, it could be the corporation where we work, it's traditional factors. They have a set of rules, a set of regulations. Obviously, this little 7 of Swords guy here doesn't have his set of rules and regulations, you know. But usually with this, and that's that original message, stay away from aggressive big mouths, you know, or loudmouth people. Just avoid it this month, because they will have rules and regulations that if we don't follow them, you know, it could be a political organization we belong to, our corporation, a community project thing we belong to, you know, it can be all kinds of things, but they have set rules, they have set regulations, and it's something that we want to belong to. It makes us feel protected. It makes us feel good. Maybe our spouse wants to belong to this, and we want to support our spouse. You know, we're all different. Libras, I don't know. Could be the church. You know, usually that's the emperor, but it could be something like that. You know, maybe we want traditional, something traditional, a marriage or something like that. But with this card, if we don't adhere to the law of this, you know, we're going to get kicked out on our can, so to speak, or even trying to slide through. Maybe that, you know, slide through or under the radar with this card in the middle, or, you know, right here in this reading. We want to really pay attention to that because of the original message about ethics. Because if there's a rules and regulations that we have to pay attention to, if we don't, we can lose if we step outside of that boundary. We have really good words here, so I don't want to step outside of the boundary because of the ethic thing in there. People are watching us. This could be our boss watching us. Maybe they're thinking about giving us a promotion or giving us a raise or something, and maybe we slip and get into an argument with somebody who's been asking for it at work forever, and we're the ones that pay the consequence. And, it's like a Libra's a hothead, which we aren't, you know. We're not really hotheads. We're usually the person that's being, our word, kind here, and wanting everybody to be happy type energy, So watch your step with that Hierophant. And there's another card towards the end of this that I think we are going to have to just kind of watch it, because we're being watched, okay? Don't know what that's going to mean, but I feel pretty strongly about it. And so our next card here is the King of Swords. This is us showing up in our own reading, male or female. This is Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy, air energy. I love the King of Swords. He is mature energy, very logical, very thinks on his feet, very good with words and good with communication. He can think spontaneously on his feet. And we are in our own reading, male or female, because these are general readings, Maybe for those of us Libras that have another air sign for a partner, they might be the one that has to stick under those rules and regulations because they're going up for a promotion, something like that. It could be our partner and not us. Or, well, I guess it could be a friend too. But this is a good energy. The King of Swords, it symbolizes power and authority. But a willingness to use it forcefully, but only if necessary. It's a really good energy, only if necessary. King of Swords has the ability to go to war just on his spoken word, like, go for it, end of the story, out the door. Does he use it? Very, very rarely. He's intelligent, he's mature, he is diplomatic. It represents someone it represents power, period. I was going to say it represents a man of power, but these are general readings, so it represents power of great strength and authority. And that is us Libras. It suggests Libra. In most decks, they call this the card of Libra. Some of them say Gemini, but it doesn't make any difference. It's air energy, one way or another. His appearance has to do with a mental process. If he represents another person in our life, or even us, it would be someone who would be involved in, let me think, mental work, like a professional researcher, a lawyer, a military officer, people in high positions that can think and research and think on their feet and research. He's a really good counselor. We Libras are really good counselors. And it says we have acute mental dexterity. That's what I'm trying to say. Thinking on our feet. When you see this last card here, you're going to realize what this actually means here about the ability to think on our feet. She has the gift of thinking clearly, very clearly and rapidly. That's our word, spontaneity here. And with great creative ability, because it's the mental realm, our word creativity here also. And he speaks his thoughts with considerable eloquence. He's a regal sort of individual, like holding myself above and out of the fray. Remember the aggressive loudmouth thing? that we could be confronting. And I actually feel for most of this is going to have something to do around our work. If he's not a person, right, in our life, or us being called to step up to the plate, and it's a situation around us where these qualities are called for and we'll need to use them. When he appears, sometimes we're on the verge of a spiritual breakthrough, which we're ready to communicate. You know, it could be something like that. I actually believe it's us standing in our own power this month. I actually believe that's what it's going to be. And with the capacity to, because of the loudmouth thing and the ethic thing, with the capacity to speak our position very clearly, very rapidly, very and forcefully, but only if needed. Because we have the word kindness in here, and we have humor and abundance. The King of Swords is abundant, wealthy energy, like in the mental realm. And I'm saying it that way because our next card here, and he's intelligent. I mean, extremely intelligent. And I'm saying it that way because our next card here is the Eight of Pentacles. Now that's earth energy. That's money. Us being in a prosperous situation. He has all these 6 pentacles up here on the wall behind him. This 7th one is under his elbow, and he's copying it here to perfection. So we may be going to school or learning some other skill that maybe to enhance the skills that we already have. We could be, I'm trying to think here, going to school, maybe learning another skill. We could making use of the skills that we have, making our old skills into a new form that's going to bring us more money, better prosperity, things like that, into a new, better form. But when you see the Eight of Pentacles, you know it's coming. So there's funds and money coming. Whatever it is I do to get to that position or bring it forth, maybe learning another skill to add on to the work I do in order to make me even more valuable, is what I'd want to say. And it's real similar to the Three of Pentacles. In the Three of Pentacles, that guy's being consulted because he's really good at what he does. This is like adding to make it even more valuable. So because of that, we get money, we get allocates, we could get new jobs in with a Hierophant here, maybe perhaps in a different corporation, or promotion. How do I want to say a promotion within the place where we work, because we are so respected for what we do. But it means the money's good, and it also means the money is actually like on its way, if that makes any sense. And we're going to develop a way to get, how do they want, a way to bring it forth and get more of it while being in a stable kind of situation, or stabilizing, if that makes any sense. Stabilizing is what I want to say. Stabilizing our own environment for the best for us. For the best for us. And they're telling me to say it that way. So, for those of us that are learning something to add to the old skill that we had, or an entirely new skill, right? The money is going to come because of the work that we're doing here. This could be us thinking about other skills that we're learning about in order to acquire more prosperity. In the process of this, acquire more prosperity is the way they want me to say it. So maybe at work, we want a job like in a different department, but we don't have the computer skill, let's say, it takes to get into that apartment. We could do it, but they would hire us for that job because the one we did so perfectly well. And we did it consistently and constantly, you know, because our next card here is Five of Rods. Some people call this like the card of the big old fake friendly fight, but it kind of is, to me, is more competition in the global economy. So it would be workplace competition, not generally like a friendly fight. Like, so what I mean, at least for sure, for this month, it's not just a battle, you know, for with everybody sparring. That's really not about competition. With the way these cards are laying, I think it is going to be about competition, because it's like the mad scramble for money, power, and with all of its excess greed and corruption. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but that's the way it feels like that too, especially with that King of Swords and the Hierophant and the Seven down here at the same time. We got two fives. We're right in the middle because the Hierophant is 5-2. It says new factors are coming into the situation and they are demanding that we change, we adapt, and we grow. So that Eight of Pentacles is really relevant. I actually believe this is going to be for the most of us in our work environment. That's why I'm saying go watch your moon sign and your rising sign. Also, it's like the new competition moved into the neighborhood or the industry, and now we'll have to put forth a lot more effort to keep what we've gained in the terms of financial gain or material goods. And that's why this Eight of Pentacles energy is also coming up in there too. And remember, the King of Swords, he thinks on his feet. So if he needs anything here that's going to add to his abundance word, he's going after it spontaneously, creatively, finding a new avenue that will add to the funds or the earth plane situation so it doesn't stagnate, especially with that Eight of Pentacles and that Hierophant here. So watch that loudmouth thing and keep that ethics like up there at the top of the game this month, because it's what's going to make us shine out above all the competition, especially if people are watching us and our reputation and the image we present in the world would be at stake. You know, we don't want to be in that manner, right? Because this feels cutthroat for whatever reason, especially with this month, especially with this Seven of Swords energy here. I think we go like we can, if we understand that message, we'll go to great heights with this kind of energy, and it also means the acquisition of wealth. If we stick to our original message, we have abundance in here, and this means success and acquisition of wealth in a competitive situation. So our reading is actually really excellent here, you know, but we got to stick to the rules and regulations, think fast on our feet, maybe do this like oblique approach type stuff, go through the back door, you know, bite our tongue, not speak everything forth perhaps, because we don't want to get into that fray. If we do it and we abide by all the rules and regulations, we come out on top. We come out on top because we'd be watching just like we're being watched, we'd be watching what exactly is going on, and we know how to deal with it because we're Libra, basically, and we have the King of Swords in our reading, and we would know the ethics of our company. We would know the rules, the regulations, and the lines that don't get crossed, and it put us in a hell of a good position is what I want to say. Almost said situation, but that would be a good word for it too. You know, I like that with spontaneity and that here, with that thinking in our feet and showing up on our own readings. But I actually think for the most of us this month, this is probably going to be a career reading. And for some of us, it may be the way our spouse, partner, boyfriend, girlfriend is having to operate right now in order to get move forward in whatever it is they're doing. And we could be the supportive one in this because it has kindness and humor, and people get like with that sword energy, they get real focused when, you know, really focused on what it is I'm doing. This is so weird. I just shuffled these. I shuffled them before I started the reading, and I shuffled them again just now, and I picked like randomly. They said pull this card, and we got the same one as Virgo, and I'm not going to be able to show it to you because I can't get the glare. It's let your past go, and it's really dark and dreary and rainy outside. This is a weird reading. It's important, though. I think it's going to have to do about what we do to supplement our income, or what we're doing to, what do I want to say, make that next step up on the ladder, or a promotion or something like that. We don't want anything to hold us back in the process of this. It says, whoops, I forgot. It's probably going to be easier for me to read out of the book. I had to take off my glasses in Virgo. It said, the burden of carrying your past around is making you weary, dear one. It's time to set this burden down. Keep only the lessons and the love, and leave everything else behind. You don't want or need it, and now it's gone. You don't want or need it, and now it's gone. I was just thinking, elephant in the middle of the living room, go through the back door, and then from then on, we always can go through the front door with our head held high. That's odd. Here it says, you receive this card because your thoughts and feelings about the past are holding you back. You're repeating a pattern because of unfinished emotions from the past. This card is a sign to forgive and move on, to stop any painful patterns. It doesn't mean you need to be with a person you've forgiven. It simply means that you've let toxic feelings go in exchange for peace. Approach a new situation or relationship with positive expectations. Avoid routines. Speak to a counselor or support group. Forgive those who have hurt you. Five of rods and the Seven of Swords in here. Forgive yourself. The worst is behind you, and keep your thoughts about this situation high and bright. Think on your feet. Wow, we got a good reading. I think most of us Libras, this is career, and it's going to go really far. Well, Libra, that's our reading for this month. I'm giving it to me. That's my reading for this month. I want to tell you all thank you for your likes, shares, and your subscribes and your comments. I read each and every one of them, and I really appreciate them. If anybody wants to know more about me or just go neb about me, all of the information is over at the website. It's in the About section below the screen. If you want to set an appointment with me, all of the information to be able to do that is over at the website, and that's down below the screen. The prayer class and the sutra class, the two little short videos that explain them, are now over at the website. And the prayer classes, there's 2 videos that explain what they are. Prayer class is really comprehensive. It's 2.5 hours long, and the sutras are just thought forms. You put in simple meditations that 5 minutes is all it takes, and enhances the clear perceptions dramatically, but they're over at the website too. And to all of you I've met through doing my YouTube videos for 3 whole years now, and to everybody I've met through 30 years of doing this work, I want to tell you, it's been an honor and a privilege and a pleasure to be able to serve you. Hopefully I'll see you back here next month. Bye-bye.